Welcome back. Still on the farming issue, the importance of agriculture cannot be overemphasized in Nigeria. In terms of employment, agriculture is by far one of the most important sectors of Nigerian economy, engaging about 70% of labor force. As Nigeria is said to be in recession, how can we engage in farming to aid our income? Joining us on the show is a certified agribusiness consultant, Mr. Adeniyi Solabunmi. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning.
You can call us on 0708066814. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Now, sir. Okay, are you done with it? Okay. All right, yeah. So, farming. Everybody's going into farming. It's the newest in thing. You know, oil is no more the.
It's not in thing. It's the newest survival
strategy. The newest survival strategy. So everybody, she's a farmer. People are thinking of getting into farming. You know, people want to do. What can we do? How do you even start? Like me now, I'm a novice. I have no clue.
Okay.
If I want to get into farming, what's the first step?
Okay. The first thing is why farming. Or when you say farming, let's say agric now. Farming is just an aspect. Okay, that's the production aspect of it. And when you talk about agriculture, there are a lot of areas you can come into. Now, why? Why agriculture? As a consultant, if you are in front of me, and I will say, okay, madam, how are you? Good morning. Why do you want to come into
Let me give you an example. For example, my children like sausages, for example. And I know that I've been told that sausages are imported. Half the sausages we use here are imported. Now, I'd like to produce pig, I want to have a piggery and make Nigerian sausages. So that's the reason.
That can help healthy children.
Healthy.
You know why we ask this question is actually to like gauge the reason you want to come into the sector. It's just like
it's just for money.
We'll get there. It's just like every other business. The first thing is you need the interest.
Okay.
Then after that, your personality will determine what you can do.
Okay.
You want to go into piggery, can you stand the animal?
No, I can't. Sorry.
So we need to like know what kind of resources that is available at your disposal. Okay, for example, now let me take, okay, you want to come into agriculture. Let's say for reckless imagination, let's look at two bankers working in the same office. One owns a plot of land. It lives in his own, house, a built house on an half plot. And he has some compound. The perimeter fence is there. He has water. The friend lives in a rented apartment. The two of them want to go into agriculture. Let's say, for this case now, let me use plantain because my love is so much around plantain. They want to cultivate plantain. Now, the person that owns a property has a plot. If he used 2 meter by 2 meter, which is around 6 feet by 6 feet, this guy will plant around 70 to 60 plantain in his compound, and he can intercrop with some vegetables. Every Saturday, he will just run water from the house and water it. The other guy, now the guy is spending less, stressing himself less than the other guy will now have to go look for land before he will now get to clear the land, to do the land preparation, getting the sucker, doing the perimeter fencing. So you see two bankers, different. So your personality will determine what you can do. And when you say personality, it encompasses your resources, your time, your person. My wife cannot stand any crawling thing. Snake or worm or anything. So if she wants to do something, she will do something that will not bring those things along her way. You understand? So these are the things you look into.
Okay.
After that, I'm coming. After that, once we be able to analyze your person and say, okay, yeah, based on these things, the kind of money you have, if you have 100,000 naira and you want to do an acre of plantain, it's a no-go area. You can do vegetable, some short vegetable. Now, when we analyze that, the next thing is the technical know-how. You need to be empowered. The rate at which we are coming in is the rate we are going to get out. That's Nigeria. Nigeria is an information-driven country. Oh, this is working, The Russian. And unfortunately, people don't see agric as a business. They just see it is not be agric. Is it not to plant? Is it not to do something? So you need to know what you are going into. Yeah, I believe for the case of Imo, I believe, this is how it works. Anambra is doing something around agriculture. It's doing something.
Growing rice.
I don't know the reason behind, the rationale behind that of Imo, but it will work. Before someone will come out and say, we want to do this, they will have planned. But the thing is, they should have planned. But the thing is, plan well. I tell people, you just need to build people's capacity.
Sir, may I interrupt you to say
Train
that,
them first.
Empower them.
It's easy to criticize government on everything. Can we find a solution? For instance, for the Imo situation, Lagos State thought of farming. We don't have land.
And they are buying land.
They went to Kebbi and said, you know what? Let's do a partnership. We bring the money, you bring the farmers.
They have land in
so Lagos Kebbi
rice. That is Lagos State doing it. What government is saying is, citizens, you take part, you participate in this
What
thing.
I want him to come with is solution. We have identified the problems. How will Imo do it?
Simple.
And do it right.
Simple. We were talking somewhere on Monday, and we were talking about identifying your core competence. Imo State.
What's their topology like?
What is it like? What do you guys have that some other states don't have?
Yes.
Your terrain, what is it like?
True.
Thank you.
What are you guys good at? Then, what do you buy most? Do you want to
Ready market.
Do you want to stop importation?
Yes.
Because when you talk import export, you always think is like until you go to another country. Lagos State imports 90% of their food.
Imagine that.
Even 99%, if I want to say that.
Yeah, we don't grow
so
food.
it's a strategic state. So he knows everybody, even if you farm in far Ekiti or any part, you're still bringing your, if you are not adding value now, you are bringing it back to Lagos.
Yes.
Because you know the population is here, the money is here.
True, sir.
Now, Imo State needs to sit down and understand, okay, we have this, then we can expand on this. Okay, we don't have anything. Do we have the arable land? If we have the arable land, or do we have the water, then look at
what
what
to meet.
Okay, so
then bring experts, bring people in
all right,
to build people's capacity and move it to the next
That's a
level.
fantastic point, but I don't want us to focus on Imo State because the objective is to help Nigerians.
Nigerians
So you said that we should first of all identify our resources,
Yes.
what we have, what we want to do,
Interest,
what exactly.
yes.
So, for example, somebody wants to do, you hate the fact that you're always bringing tomato from the north.
Okay.
You want to start your own tomato plantation. Now you have a land.
Okay.
That's the important resource, that you have somewhere a land and ready land. How do you start? Where do you get seedlings? Because I hear you import seedlings and we can't even buy, because people with this, you want to, for competitive tomatoes, you need to get good seedlings. So are those things available? Where can you go to? Which banks are available to help you with loans?
Okay.
Those are the kind of things we want you to help us break it down for us. How do we start?
Okay, thank you. Now we've been able to identify what you want to do. Now, one thing is, we don't need to all go into the farm to farm. Some we produce, some we process, some will package, some will work on the logistics. The value chain is massive, but the rate at which we are all coming into the feed is alarming. Now, when you want to, okay, what can you do? It depends on your resources. Vegetable is the cheapest to start with. You can start small, but one thing is life is a funny thing. When you think the shortcut, okay, this is a shortcut, but that shortcut is actually the longest route. Now, for vegetable, I'm sorry, I'm going to use this. Vegetable is like ladies. You need to make up. You need to look good. Vegetable some needs pruning.
TLC.
You know,
Yes.
you need pesticide, fungicide. You need to take care of them. So you don't do that in Prozi. I mean, Abuja, my vegetable farm is, something can go wrong and you won't get it, except if you're operating on a control farming. A control farming, which can be your greenhouse, can be a poly house, or a net house, and different things. So that is that about vegetable. But vegetable is short-term crop that you can just put in some few money into and look at it. The next thing is marketing.
Thank you. That's where I'm coming.
You understand? That's marketing. Now, things you can do as an entrepreneur, agropreneur, whatever preneur it is, you need to have an eagle eyes for opportunity. The latest opportunity is agriculture, right? Now, we don't need to play on the same level. Everybody gets in own level.
True.
If I'm coming in with my 1 million naira, I get my level. Some people are coming with 100,000, they get their level. Some with 100 million has their level. Now, the thing is, you need to look at where do we spend as a country now, spend our money on. Rice is one of it.
Beans.
Tomato.
Before we go to beans, we need to start looking at poultry, the meat. Presently, the demand for egg in Nigeria is at alarming. But the poultry, we don't really appreciate ours, what belongs to us. We want to eat foreign. So the rice, we need to if you have good money, spend money on rice cultivation. I tell people why rice is just grass. It's easy. I did rice. I even planted rice as in my flower pot. And they did very well.
Please, I want to ask about...
You know, we keep saying this word basmati. I was here sometimes 2 months ago.
I'm into makeup. I'm into teaching. And I know that there is money in farming. Okay. And everybody is saying go into farming because it's a good way to make money. Okay. So I want to go into farming just because I want to make money. Okay. Which angle of farming can I go into that will not require my time? Maybe into processing or something. I don't know. How people are out there, they don't have a farmland. Of course. But they want to make money from this farming. Yeah. So how can they come about it?
Now, we're going to use that as a case study now. Okay. You're into makeup and you're into training. You go to the capacity building aspect of agriculture. Training. Because when you talk, but before you go to that, you will have empowered yourself. So maybe you go for a short course abroad or you go for trainings and you also do some small things. Then you now come out and become a face of agriculture.
Even though I don't have a farm.
Even though if you don't have a farm, when you say, well, it's not about the size, it's the output. Everybody will not go to the feed. I've been on the feed I'm moving out of the feed now. I want to come out, and I'm coming out to encourage other people to come into it. You know, when you are looking for messenger, you have a lot of people that will come for the interview. The moment you are looking for manager, the thing will begin to shrink now. The more you are looking for the director, the higher you go, the more you make it. I've been in the feed. I live in the farm. I back out of Lagos to live in the farm. Now I'm leaving the farm back to the city to encourage other people to go into agriculture. So you go to capacity building to teach other people.
Because what I'm hearing you say is that everybody is talking farming, and the first that comes to the head is let me find a land that will plant. They're saying that is good, but you must have the time, you have the available resources to get into that, and even a flair for it.
Now there are other area of strength.
Yes, so there are other angles of agriculture that you can look at. So now those other angles, what I want you to explain to us. We know there's agro-processing. Yes. That's where, for someone like you now, I can say tomatoes, you can actually either dry them, you can puree it. So help us understand the processing. Yes. Okay, but let me take a commercial break. When I come back, you break down the various processes of agriculture, the various angles of agriculture that we can go into. Okay. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, so, sir, tell us what are the other angles of agriculture that we can get into? Okay.
Okay. Okay, now, if you are not coming into production, okay, let me, you've been buying from my 12. Do you know what those women do? They come to the farm gates and buy from the farmers. For example, plantain. They come in and pack your plantain and buy per dozen. They buy per dozen 7,000, 8,000. You know, when you break it down, maybe between 500 per bunch and things. And these women will bring it down to this place, and you will buy from them at, you know, then some other people will buy and take to, let's say, the eatery. The eatery will buy now. The eatery guys will buy and then slice and cut. And me, the farmer, now want to treat my family, and I go to one of those eatery and I'm buying my plantain. I'm just buying some pieces of it for almost the price I sold a whole bunch.
Okay.
You see the circle now?
So the value chain.
Now, you see, these women these are mothers, you know. They are into this small business, which, you know, we think is so small, but they have been there for years. They've sent a lot of us to school doing this petty thing. They built houses and everything. So you can now imagine if with the level of education, exposure, and whatever we want to put it, you now put it into...
I can just buy a bus and go and be buying...
You come into the logistics, you pick from the farm gates, and you dispatch. You can even have a website where people can place order for these things. And you might not even go to the farm anymore. For me, Mr. Shola, please, you need to supply 50 bunches of so. And, you know, you network. But now, what farmers are now doing is the rate at which we are also getting exposure. Yeah. The rate at which we are getting exposure, when I say, okay, enough of all this, you know, spend all your money into production. People think it's easy. It's not easy. You spend everything you have, then you start looking for markets. You're supposed to have an off-taker or probably the market before you produce. Now, for plantain industry, we are saying we want to be selling packaging. It's a standard thing. So that I won't fish shited, then you are buying, you will not fish shited. Like, you know, per kg is so price. So when you weigh it from the farm, then you go out there. If you want to buy from the market woman, buy per kg. The market woman will buy from me, may say 100 naira per kg from the farm. Then you are buying from them for 150 or 200 naira per kg from the farm.
No cheating.
Let me call.
No cheating.
We have a shoe scale, no cheats.
Everybody.
Let me take this call from Abiodun from Zaria. Jumoke. Abiodun from Zaria, are you there? Abiodun.
Hello.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning,
Yes,
Abiodun. Go ahead,
good morning.
please.
I'm Abiodun from Zaria.
Yes, please go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, please. I actually want to comment on your conversation between you and your colleagues.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Please. I actually want to ask a question because you talk about some of the reform going on in. Hello.
We can hear you very clearly. Please go ahead.
Okay, I want to comment on your conversation between you and Morayo and Akoli. Okay, please. I don't know if you know about any reform going on with the CPN program there. Because right now at the moment, some of the reform going on the CPN program now, there's what we call Anchor Bura program, which when you're talking there, you never made mention of that. And this Anchor Bura program, at the moment now, a lot of states, like about 10 states, are beneficial from all these programs, and you never made mention of it.
All right, thank you, Abiodun. I didn't really get it.
Sir, there's a lot of GMO coming into Nigeria now. Can you quickly address that? We are afraid that lots of these seedlings are carcinogenous, and people are afraid that, yes, it is quick. You plant it today, you harvest tomorrow.
No. That's not what GMO is. But continue.
But then, what is the
GMO?
impact? GMO is genetically
Genetic modified. No. I just want to
tell us the difference.
it's not about, okay, you plant today, you are getting today. It's modified for a particular purpose.
Yes.
Let's just use
So that can break that.
But what are the impacts on having GMO seedlings that what we hear is, for instance, if your pineapple was going to take 2 years or 5 years to grow,
it's always between 18 and 20.
so now you can modify it. Maybe it will take shorter, or you have a different brand of pineapple from what you'll. But what are the implications on human health?
Yes, I think from my layman view, we are health-conscious people, but along the line we lose it. That's why we're having different diseases here and there. But when you talk about GMO, it's a sensitive subject to discuss. Now, what majorly as a practitioner, what I'm after is the monopolization. The moment we start having the seed, the meaning of that is I have to keep going back to it. Already we are doing that.
Okay.
Planting hybrids. It used to be an heirloom. Heirloom is the seed we grew up to know that I come to your farm. Oh, I love this stuff. So here, as inheritance like. So I pick from you. I plant on my feed. She comes onto my feed. I say, oh, wow, this is good. He picks. That's what we are used to. But unfortunately, as I pick from our farm, the disease from there, I've actually moved them to my farm. So I think the development moves up from that to hybrid, self-pollination and some other things, just to help us get this thing quicker. Now, another level is the GMO thing. And the GMO thing, like I said, is a sensitive case. But the thing is, we are not, like, almost 80% of Nigerians are not, like, expecting or wanting that for now.
Emmanuel, are you there?
Hello?
Emmanuel, please go ahead. Sorry for keeping you. Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. Please, by the issue of Imo State agric something or whatever, I see all the governor and whomever, all of them are lazy. I happen to know my mother is a teacher. My father is a respecter of education. When we are small, we do go to farm after school. We don't have to be there Friday or this. No. Once we close from school, we have some rest, then have like an hour or more at farm.
So you can do it every day.
So in a way, I'm advising them for you to cut like, okay, think about only a day. Banks are not working. Schools, civil servants, look at what they are losing in a day. So that is not a big excuse.
All right.
I mean, anybody want to go farm, go farm.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Emmanuel.
I wanted to say, because somebody was tweeting that the guest is talking about poultry. How many people know that the collection of poultry droppings can also serve as manure? It doesn't only serve as manure, it also serves as food for the catfish and all that.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you, now, if somebody is a novice and the person wants to go into training, like I want to equip myself with the knowledge because I want to go into farming from the start, are there institutions that are available that you can go there to train?
Yes.
To learn?
Yes. There are a lot of them. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to go into palm, you're talking to NIFO in Benin. If you want to go into root crops, you're talking to NIHOT in Ibadan. If you want to do some things, you can also talk to IITA. Then we also have private firm, which, like, I have a school, I have an agribusiness development school, where you come to and learn practical step by step on any of those things you want to do.
Then how you finish, when the crop is ready, how you can also make money
yes,
from your farmland.
You see how you can sell, value addition. I think the next thing now should be how to add value to our produce. We should stop selling raw. We should start the processing thing that is talking about. You see, we jumped that processing thing because the processing is a bit technical too. You know, you need machines, you need power and all of that. And you see, have to align with the government approved agencies, the sort of NAFDAC and everything. But once you are able to break it, do you know that is money? Because Nigeria, we eat. The population is massive. The buying power is there.
All right, let's take on tweets, please.
Kuti says, in our aggressive drive to encourage investment in agric, we cannot afford to downplay agric value chain. Tolu Lokwe says, farming is no doubt a huge source of income, but where is the available equipment, land, capital, etc.? Adeniyi Roju says, I am sincerely worried on our views. Can we make progress if we cannot think or see others' perspectives? Simbiat says, I think the governor should look for unemployed youth and provide jobs for this and leave the employed to work.
But that's all we can take on the show. Is there have any last words for us?
Yep, let's just run around the 10 things we can do. So if you have your pen, you can let me just run it. You can go into rice farming, look at cassava farming, which these are things you can add value to. You look at plantain plantation. Let's look at, go into poultry farming. Pineapple farming, but when you are going to pineapple, just have it at the back of your mind that you probably might add value to your pineapple because most of the juice we take are not even natural. So when they say, oh, we buy, it's not. So you must know what you are going to. You look into beans, you look into catfish, goat rearing. Rabbitry is my new fun love. And I'm going to take it to the next level in the next 12 months by the grace of God.
Rabbit? Who eats rabbit?
Snail.
Yeah, you start hearing about it. Snail farming. But when you're going to snail, you also have to get the patient of snail. So the
you have to be slow.
But it's also maize farming has been with us and will always be with us. So we just need to get it right. Agric is good. Let's do agric. It pays.
We can also do cattle farming so that all these herdsmen will stop doing us.
It's achievable. I have some few cows.
That's true. We should have our own meeting in Lagos. We don't need the herdsmen.
I have my few cows in the compound.
All right, that's all we can take on the show. I hope you guys had a great time. Don't forget to buy Concepts. You can watch us on Your View on Concept also. And also, you can catch us on YouTube. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.